Hello YouTube, Flashlight Enthusiast here. As you may probably know, I occasionally ride my bike, and when I do, I'd like to see everything in front of my front wheel. That's why I got excited when one of the Banggood representatives contacted me and offering me a review of the Laotie B08, producing a whopping 5000 lumens. It is definitely way more light than you might need in your everyday scenario, but does it offer an advantage when going outdoors? Well, let's find out. I got this flashlight directly from Banggood, so if you are interested, make sure to check out the link below this video. Laotie B08 comes in a standard cardboard box without any logo on it, just saying professional bicycle lights and adding some features like large floodlight and good old waterproofness. Inside there is a flashlight and a bunch of accessories including a USB to USB-C charging cable, a USB to USB-C converter, some screws and Allen key, two handlebar mounting devices, and different adapters to suit your handlebar width. B08 is definitely on more massive side on the bicycle light and is well protected in transportation by this foil to prevent accidental activation. When you remove it, however, there are some markings of glue which is quite disturbing. The module itself is made out of durable aluminum piece and it is quite heavy, which is 309 grams or a little under 11 ounces. The core of the flashlight consists of 8 different LEDs, 4 of them being your floodlight with nice cutoff beam and 4 of them in the center being your throw light without any cutoff, so bear in mind that this flashlight is definitely intended more for off-road adventures rather than city rides. B08 can be operated by the single switch and UI is quite simple. By the way, there is a nice display next to the switch which will show you a couple of different information. One click will turn the floodlight on and now you can see that we can left 7 hours of runtime. One click again to go into the throw light, again 7 hours of runtime. One click again to go into the full on, which is both floodlight and throw for 4.5 hours. And one click again to go into the blinking mode for 9 hours, one click again to turn the flashlight off. So quite simple and effective operations. I really miss some modes in every different light situation, however it is as it is. On a side note, your indicator of battery and hours left is quite accurate, and in my measurements it is definitely precise, and when the clock reaches 0 the flashlight turns off. So this is definitely a nice addition to know exactly when your flashlight will turn off to plan your adventures ahead. Speaking of the display, there is also a USB-C charging port on the right portion of the flashlight covered by this rubber cover. Once you plug in your USB-C charging source, can be a socket, can be a power bank, there is also a display of percentage charged, and as you can see we've got a fully charged 100% battery. At the bottom portion of B08 there is this special material that is used for handlebar mountings. There are 2 of them in the package, so you have to slide it in and adjust accordingly to your handlebar width. On the handlebar mounts there are special screws to make the mounting even more secure. Banggood was kind enough to also send me a taillight with laser function and braking sensor, so I'm really excited to test it out. It also comes from the brand Laotie, so let's see how they operate outdoors. And it does come with manual and all necessary mountings as well as USB-C charging cable, so you got the complete set in one package. Thanks to the flexible rubber mounting, I had no issue mounting my taillight included in the set. And although my setup in the front is quite crowded usually, I had no issue setting up the B08 on my front whatsoever. The rails are sturdy and are quite capable of keeping B08 in place once you mount it in. Even during the bumpy road test, it served no issues whatsoever. As you would expect, in this price point, Laotie B08 offers a standard linear output regulation. I measured around 5355 lumens at start, however after 5 minutes of constant output dropdown, we've got around 1212 lumens to drop to around 564 lumens after 4 hours and 36 minutes. Mind you that the display in this mode displays around 4.5 hours of runtime, so it is quite precise and you might know precisely how long can you run on this particular mode. Flashlight body stabilized at 40 degrees Celsius. And if you are curious about other modes, unfortunately both floody and spotty channel also display a standard linear output decrease over time, so we've got around 641 lumens after step down and it drops to 322 lumens after 7 hours and 9 minutes before the flashlight turns off. Flashlight body stabilized at only 32 degrees Celsius, so lower ambient temperature does really not help here. And in case of spotty channel, it's really almost identical to the floody channel, so if you need more time, feel free to pause the video. As you might probably tell, I wasn't expecting much from the B08 for such a low price. I usually use much more high-end products for my bike illumination than this B08, however I was positively surprised with both quality of light and function that B08 offers. First of all, we've got simple UI that might be good for majority of users. The second thing I like to praise is the cutoff beam that in most situations might be useful even in the city, especially when the light steps down a bit and lowers the brightness. We've got a quite universal beam pattern illuminating both what's in front of you and what's ahead of you, which is quite unique in most cases. Last but not least, useful display showing you approximate runtime, what is left with your battery, is also a good plus for the majority of users. On a downside is definitely lack of flat output regulation and decreasing the brightness over time, which might be an issue especially in off-road use. After a couple of minutes, even in cold weather around 0 degrees Celsius, the step down did occur and limited the output quite a bit, which was visible by the naked eye. However, I could reset the flashlight manually by simply turning it off and turning it on again. The other issue I can see here is that you cannot switch different modes once you turn it on for a couple of seconds, as one click will turn the flashlight off and you have to turn it on manually again, which might be an issue during the speedy cornering or basically leaving you in the dark for a second. Last but not least, I could see quite a bit better quality next time, however in this price ratio it's not really an issue, it's a consequence of cost cutting. With that simple UI, I really don't miss any remote switch, as the switch on the flashlight itself is quite accessible even with gloves. The tail light is also quite useful with those laser markings showing you where the bicycle is ending, and is definitely a good gadget. I did not detect any issues during my testings, and additional braking sensor is always a nice gadget. Please let me know below this video what do you think about the B08, maybe your own experience or questions. Please don't hesitate and leave the comment, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to support the algorithm and not to miss any future videos that I release. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.